From the smart assistant in your pocket to the brains behind self-driving cars, AI agents are everywhere. They're making decisions all around us. But how do they actually work? Well, I can tell you it's not magic. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and dissect the anatomy of an AI agent to see exactly how it turns all that real-world data into intelligent action.
So let's ask the big question right up front. When you give an AI a command, what is really going on inside that digital brain? I mean, how does it translate a simple request from you into a fully completed task? You might be surprised to find out that underneath all that incredible complexity,
it's actually all built on a surprisingly simple 3-step process. Seriously. And once you get this core framework, you'll see how pretty much every single AI agent out there operates.
Ready to dive in? Okay, so here's the plan. We'll start with a super clear definition of what an AI agent even is. Then we'll get into its core anatomy: sense, think, act. To make it all real, we'll walk through a travel agent example. After that, we'll explore the feedback loop that lets them learn. And finally, we'll tie it all together and talk about why this is such a game changer for all of us.
Okay, first things first, what is an AI agent? The easiest way to think about it is as the system's pilot. It's the part that perceives the world around it, makes a decision, and then actually takes action to hit a specific goal. It's the autonomous decision maker inside the machine.
And that brings us right to the heart of it all, the anatomy of that AI brain. The entire process, really, it just boils down to 3 simple stages: sense, think, and act. It's a framework that's so powerful because, well, it pretty much mirrors how we humans navigate our own world every single day.
Let's break that down. First, the agent senses its environment. It's taking in information, kind of like we do with our own eyes and ears. Then it thinks. This is the processing stage, where it makes sense of all that data and plans its next move. And finally, it acts. It executes that plan in the digital or even the physical world. Sense, think, act. Simple, right?
So how does an agent actually sense the world? Well, obviously not with physical eyes and ears. It senses with data. This could be the text you type into a chatbot, video from a camera, audio from a microphone, or, and this is a big one, data that it pulls from other software through something called an API.
Now, for an agent to think in a useful way, raw data just isn't enough. It needs context, and that context comes from 2 key sources. First, you've got its knowledge base. Think of this as its library of facts and data. And second, you have its policy. That's its instruction manual of goals and rules. Real thinking only happens when the agent combines what it knows with what it's supposed to do. The reasoning process itself is actually a powerful mix of different techniques. It uses basic if this, then that logic for sure, but it also does something called task decomposition, which is just a fancy way of saying it creates a to-do list for a big, complex project. It uses machine learning to spot patterns from things it's seen before, and more, it uses large language models for this really sophisticated chain of thought reasoning to map out the best possible plan.
All right, that's enough theory. Let's make this totally concrete with an example we can all wrap our heads around. Booking a trip with an AI travel agent. Let's put our sense, think, act model into action and see how it holds up.
See? You can see how the models map perfectly here. The sensing part is the agent reading your request, getting the destination and dates from your chat or your calendar. Thinking is that complex juggle of your preferences, flight prices, hotel availability, and maybe even your company's travel policy. And finally, acting is the final step, actually connecting to the airline and hotel systems to make the booking.
Let's just zoom in for a second on that thinking process, because it's pretty cool. Look at the balancing act it has to do. On one side, it's weighing your personal preferences, your favorite airline, a hotel that's near a good park for a run. But on the other, it's weighing policy constraints, like your company's travel budget. And it's doing all of that while factoring in real-time external data like flight prices. That is a seriously sophisticated calculation.
And that final act stage, it isn't just one single action, but a whole sequence of them. As you can see, the agent first has to talk to separate external systems, using their APIs. Then it executes the booking itself. And finally, it generates and delivers your confirmation right to you. Boom, task complete. But here's the thing. What makes an agent truly intelligent isn't just this single cycle. No way. It's the feedback loop. This is the secret sauce. It's the mechanism that allows an agent to learn from how it did and get smarter, more personalized, and more effective over time. Without it, an agent is just a static program. With it,
it becomes dynamic. It learns.
A key way this happens is through something called reinforcement learning with human feedback, or RLHF for short. The core idea is simple. The agent takes an action, and then its performance gets evaluated to see if it hit the mark. This often involves a human giving a simple thumbs up or thumbs down, which is absolutely crucial guidance for tasks where there isn't a clear right answer. And that feedback isn't just a score. It's used to subtly tweak the agent's internal wiring, making it more likely to choose better actions next time.
So this learning happens in two main ways. On one side, you've got the agent's own self-correction, where it internally checks if an action got it closer to its goal, a little like playing a video game and knowing if a move improved your score. But on the other side, and this is often way more powerful, is that direct human feedback. When that travel agent asks, "How did I do?" and you tell it the hotel was too noisy, you are directly training it for the next time.
So there we have it. We've seen the full anatomy, how an agent senses, thinks, acts, and most importantly, learns. And look, understanding this isn't just some academic exercise. It unlocks enormous potential for how we're all going to work and live. This quote just nails the promise here. AI agents are designed to handle all those complex, multi-step, tedious tasks, which boosts our speed and efficiency like crazy. The end goal? It's to free you up for more creative, strategic work, the things that we humans do best. And believe me, this is just the beginning. The next frontier is having teams of specialized agents all collaborating on even more complex problems, like a fully autonomous digital marketing team or a research group working together.
As these agents get more and more powerful, the question isn't if we'll use them, it's how. Now that you understand their basic anatomy, you can start to see all the possibilities. So I'll leave you with this thought. What's the first complex, time-consuming task that you would automate with an AI agent?